Welcome to the Founders Business Club. My name is Brad Crawford, CEO and founder. The Founders Business Club is passionate about identifying and working with entrepreneurs who want to rapidly scale their businesses and make a positive impact in the community. The way we do that is we connect them with high-level founders who have been there, done that, and scale businesses from 10, 20, 50, $100 million per year or more. And I'm fortunate enough to have one of those founders joining me today, Luke Bayliss from Sumo Salad. Luke, welcome to the Founders Business Club.
Yeah, thanks very much, Brad. It's a pleasure to be here.
Obviously, to kick things off, you're a very busy man running a very big global business. Why did you decide to get involved in the Founders Business Club and the two-day program working directly with entrepreneurs?
Well, for me, founding a business it's one of the biggest challenges that you can embark on in life, and it takes a very special kind of person to want to found a business, and it's the type of person that looks to found a business. It's a thought leader. It's a change generator. It's a person who's not afraid to challenge the status quo, and it's also about people who see that there needs to be there's a better way of doing things. And for me to have built a business and have been guided by some of these principles, it's been such an amazing journey. And to now have the opportunity to be able to share some of the learnings that I've had over the past 14 years in building a $90 million plus business and becoming the largest healthy fast food player globally in our category. I've learned so much out of this process. And if I could share that with other people who have those same philosophies and same principles, then hopefully they can create businesses as amazing or even better than what I've created, because there's been a huge amount of learnings over that 14 years.
Sure there has. Thanks for sharing that. And obviously, before you share your story about the business, how did you get started before you got into Sumo? What was it that made you take the leap to entrepreneurship?
Well, for me, I started this business when I was 26 years old. It was more, for me, I saw eating habits changing. I'd actually suffered from putting on a lot of weight myself. I had my own personal reasons for seeing where food consumption was starting to change and evolve, and I had to do that, as part of me changing personally. So to go through that personal transformation and then realise that there's no one in here actually catering for people who want to make better, healthier, more nutritious, food decisions. To me, it was like hitting me in the face, going, "You've got to actually do something with this. You can't just leave this opportunity, leave it behind." So, and to be able to create a business that can actually change the way the world eats for the better, it's a privilege and an honour and a responsibility to get that out there and help people make better eating decisions.
And that's totally aligned to the mission of what we're doing at the Founders Business Club. We want people to be successful, but we also wanted to make a positive impact. So you're certainly doing that. And let's kick things off around disruption. The word gets thrown around a fair bit. You are actually one of the pioneer disruptors of this market with salads in the fast food industry. You want to share a little bit about what that was like to get into an industry where you were very much disruptive?
Disruption's all about challenging the status quo and going, well, if I want something and I can see a better way, then I'm sure there's others like me. And then you look at some of the opportunities that exist, and if you can find that sweet spot that no one else is catering for, then you do have a huge ability to disrupt $1 billion market. And we see that time and time again, but it starts with that question: how can I do things better? What's missing? If you've got that curious mind and you're always asking that question and looking at the details of what's happening, and the lead indicators of what's happening in a given marketplace, then you're well equipped to create a disruptive business model.
Excellent. And obviously you started with one store. Now there's a lot more. You want to share about what the footprint for Sumo Salad is today?
Yeah, Sumo Salad started off with one store, and we're now over 100 stores. We've got stores all across Australia. We've got stores internationally. We've got some huge volume stores that are now in a very experiential. Where you come in and you've got free range meats being char grilled, rotisseried. You've got people throwing lettuce in the air and getting them, and creating a very theatrical experience. So we've not only tried to scale our store footprint, but we've also tried to scale the way in which we can provide a better customer experience. And that's been a really key part of it, the way we've been able to stay a market leader for 14 years. And now the future of Sumo is just looking so bright with some of the grocery expansion that we're starting to do, the petrol convenience, the hospitals, the universities and education sector. So really, we're still, even at 100 stores and doing, the huge turnover that we're doing, we're still in our infancy stage.
Wow, so you're still scaling, even at those levels of the $90, $100 million mark as a business today.
Yeah.
You're still scaling. So tell us about the innovation elements. I mean, again, innovation is big buzzword in business and entrepreneurship. You're obviously innovating the business model, which again, we're focused on with clients. Mm. What's happening in the innovation side? How have you evolved Sumo Salad as a business?
Well, I think innovation is all about meeting your future customers' needs and how you can provide maximum value for your future customer. For us, we had to look at people's eating habits are changing, people's expectations around food are changing, people's education around food is changing. The places in which they consume food is changing. And so you've got to look at all of these moving parts and go, okay, well, what is the right innovation to apply to meet this changing consumer, to meet this changing market? And for us, we've been looking at our business historically as by number of stores, but we said, look, let's just totally disregard that, that way of looking at it.
Right.
Let's ask a different question and we'll get a different answer. So we said, what do we have to do to sell 50 million healthy, nutritious meals a year? Well, and all of a sudden, when we started asking a different question, it completely opened up all these new channels for innovation and all these new channels for growth. And that was really, the core of it is it was asking the right question and then also, looking at our changing consumer and our changing market to be able to better adapt our business.
That's brilliant. And look, again, in setting up all this up as an opportunity for entrepreneurs to come in and learn from people like yourself and other industry experts. I remember we had a conversation and part of what we spoke about was you were focusing on the consumer experience and not the product. And that's what you were just sharing there. So how has that helped Sumo now take the next step to obviously being in its infancy to going to the next level?
Look, with the customer experience, it's changed so dramatically. And for us now, having a great product is almost like that's the entry point. You've got to make sure every time they interact with your brand, they have a wow experience, that they get absolute maximum value add. And so for us now, we're looking at it as in how do we be predictive and intuitive for our customer? How can we create a bespoke healthy and nutritious solution for them so that they don't even have to think, they don't have to go to a dietitian. All of a sudden, we consider their taste preferences, we consider their own biology, we consider where they're going to be in their movement and activity levels. And all of a sudden, we can actually do all the hard work for the customer and provide them with a beautiful meal that suits exactly when they want to consume, what they want to consume, and just make it really easy for the customer. So it's very sophisticated in the back end, but from a customer's point of view, they're just getting this amazing wow experience because it's all the hard work's been done for them.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So focus on that customer experience. Obviously, they have a level of trust that you're providing them what they want. How important is the Sumo Salad develop or the brand to that trust and the consumer growth for, again, which is really interesting when you said that you're still in the infancy. As a business doing $90 million plus a year, for most people will think, well, that's a great number. You're saying it's in its infancy. How important is the brand for the next level of what you want to do for scale?
The brand's everything. The brand it's all about trust. If you build a brand based on certain values and principles and your consumers relate to those, and you can build strong, strong relationships moving forward off the back of that brand, then it's invaluable. I can't emphasize the importance of having the benefits that having a brand has given us. In terms of being able to scale our business and build better relationships with our customers, and also be able to diversify our business of having that trust into other areas that would have cost us millions and millions of dollars, but we've been able to make a transition very easily because of the recognition of the brand. And so, I can't emphasize enough the importance of a brand, and never compromise on the integrity of what your brand stands for.
Excellent. Obviously, with all that, you've been there, done that, still doing it, looking to take it to the next level. What can clients who qualify to come into the 2-day program, the Founders Fast Track program, and work with you personally and other founders and other industry experts, what can they expect to get as an experience, and more importantly, as a value benefit to their business?
Look, for me, I've been in business 14 years. I've had some amazing success. I've had some spectacular failures. And I've built a business system that I can scale. I've built a framework and a business methodology that eliminates a lot of those mistakes and makes, when I'm shooting at a target, makes the chance of success exponentially greater. And for people to be able to share in those experiences that have cost me millions and millions of dollars, and be able to understand the framework by which we're set up, I think that's really what the value is. And I read hundreds of books a year, and still I don't, by going in there and having this, this real life experience, it's still, the learnings and the personal growth that I've achieved, through doing that. They're some of the things I want to be able to share with fellow, entrepreneurs and fellow founders.
Well, we appreciate your time. I'm grateful to have you on board with the Founders Business Club. We're looking forward to working with the clients. Hopefully some of those can join us.
Hi guys, I've really enjoyed working with Brad and the Founders Business Club. I hope you guys can get as much out of it as I have. I'm really looking forward to working with each and every one of you, and hopefully we can share some of the amazing learnings and share some of the things that I've been through on my journey. Really looking forward to meeting each and every one of you, and hopefully having a personal chat. I'd love to hear your story and see how I can add value to you guys. So welcome. So now come and join me on the Founders Fast Track. It's a 2-day course, and it'll be an action-packed 2 days, and I think you'll get a lot of value from it.